Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. And yes, it is Thursday and we are here to entertain you. And I have to say, Steve, I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I am nearly as excited as a former civil servant getting paid £340,000 for getting fired by Priti Patel. I'm nearly that excited, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm probably 339,999.
That excited,
pounds. Yeah. Unexcited.
Unexcited. That is, it's a good amount of money, isn't it? I must admit, I saw that and I thought I would be willing to be bullied by Priti Patel for that much. In fact, to be fair, if she was wearing high heels, I'd probably pay her for it. But that's probably a different story.
And it's a different channel than what we're currently broadcasting here tonight. But this is the channel where we, myself and Steve, solve your problems. And by your problems, I mean problems that we've picked out of the news, including creaky old doors, which I just moved my mic closer to me. Got to get the WD-40.
That's a different channel.
That's a different channel as well. If you combine that with Priti Patel in high heels and some WD-40, that's where the real money on the internet is.
Every man's dream.
That's all I'm saying. But we're going to take you through some topics. We're going to solve some problems. Thank you for joining us.
Cool. I think we're back. Have you got the screen coming down your side?
I don't have the screen coming down my side, but it does look like. There we are.
Back.
Woo! Hello.
Yay!
All right. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully you can see us, and it looks like I'm refreshing the channel. Yep. You can see me waving. Hello.
Yay.
One of the problems we solve on Comic Solving Problems is a drop in our internet.
This is what the world's not ready for, working from home for that very reason.
No, we've been very, very lucky, knock on wood somewhere. I think the problem is, if you joined us before, we did a joke about a certain home secretary who is in charge of all of the security apparatus of the United Kingdom, probably including the kind of MI5, MI6, MI7, am I talking about Priti Patel in a way that she doesn't like, and she cut us off.
Straight away.
So, whoop, we're gone. But now we're back.
We can try and sue her and see if we can get some money out of it.
So, yeah, that's true. All right, let's not joke about her again, because that was bad luck before. We've got the YouTube link there. You can join us there for chat and things. Sorry if you just missed us, but we're back here live. The chat is there. You can tweet us while we're talking as well. We're going to take you through a number of different problems. And thank you to people who booked a ticket on Crack Comedy as well, including we've got another £20 I'm Feeling Generous ticket buyer tonight, Steve, and it's David. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, David.
Kicking in 20 quid right at the start. For the rest of you who want to be inspired by David's generosity, if you're enjoying whatever you're seeing at any point during the show, you can go to our Ko-fi link and kick in a few quid there just to keep us going. We're not talking about Priti Patel money. We're not saying that. We're not going to bully anyone.
She'll cut us off again.
She'll cut us off again. So, £340,000 is the Ko-fi limit.
Nice.
Just saying, as a suggestion. So anyway, bumpy start, internet's on, comments are coming in. We're going to enjoy those as we go along. Steve has the first problem for us to solve. Mr. Allen, take us away.
I wish to look at the issue of who should get the vaccine, what order should the vaccine get. Obviously, there's a lot of discussion about certain groups not being vaccinated as much. People who work in certain areas of the healthcare system not being vaccinated. Should they still get to work? All of these serious issues. And as we move through all of these serious issues, we find the most important one, and that is Dolly Parton gets it. That's who gets the vaccine. Dolly Parton does. That's the most important part of vaccination news. She's got her injection, which is absolutely brilliant because she should. I mean, she's part of the reason that we have a vaccine, or one of the vaccines. There's a picture that she posted on her social media. There was a story about it. She was injected with a vaccine developed by Moderna. She was credited with helping fund it by donating $1 million.
Wow.
That is why she should get that vaccine. Like, of everyone that we've talked about for the last year, who'd have thought Dolly Parton would be like the saviour of the world? She's just the best person on earth. I think that's simple. She's very clever as well. As we can see here, a picture of her getting her injection. She turned up for her vaccination wearing a top that had the shoulders exposed.
Yep.
That is genius. Mask on, shoulders out. And I mean, I'd copy it if it weren't for the fact that last time I had a shot was when I went on holiday to Jamaica, and they give you that injection. Well, I'm not going to say where, but I'm glad I don't own a pair of trousers with a hole there. Put it that way. And so does everyone else queuing behind me. But there's a few clips from Dolly's social media. And this one, the most important bit she skips through, I'll repeat it anyway, but here's a clip of Dolly who's doing a special broadcast to promote getting vaccinated.
Well, hey, it's me. I'm finally going to get my vaccine. I'm so excited. I've been waiting a while. I'm old enough to get it, and I'm smart enough to get it.
My favourite thing about that, I like everything she says is brilliant, but when she said, I've been waiting a while, been waiting a what? If I'd donated $1 million, I think you'll find I'm at the front of the queue. Send me the special luxurious executive pack. Why does she have to wait like everyone else? She paid $1 million and effectively solved the COVID. Let her jump the queue. Because there's a lot wrong with the way in which our vaccines are dished out. For those of us who work hard, pay national insurance, pay tax, we're not the front of the queue. Do you know who is the front of the queue? Mice. And they don't lift a finger. And well, they don't have fingers. But they get all the experimental drugs. And what do they do for it? Winds me right up. So she's there doing her promoting of it, and I'm all for it. And even when we heard about it originally, that she had invested and funded some of the research, I did a song, which I think you still get the flashbacks of.
Yep.
I did a video where I played a few of the different faces and sang along. And you know what? Clearly I'm going to show it you again now anyway, because why not? So she spent all that money. She deserves it. She spent all that money funding the Moderna vaccine. And I thought, because it's all to do with research and stuff, we'll do a version of one of her songs. And here's what we did. Stumble out of bed and go to the laboratory, make myself a drug that's not a suppository, and do some work that might save a life. In the blind trials, the drugs are pumping out on the streets, infection rates are jumping, but folks like me are in the labs from 9 to 5. Researching 9 to 5. What a way to make a vaccine. It's not made of bleach, but there is a little Listerine. Let's just hope it works more than the test and track, 'cause I'm okay if we don't give it to anti-vaxxers. 9 to 5 to make a drug that could save you from this nasty bug. An anti-masker probably gave you. We have PhDs, but Trump wants to take the credit. COVID tried to make him ill. Maybe we should let it. Tune. It still terrifies you, doesn't it?
Is it over?
It still gets you.
Is it over?
It's over for now. So that was my version, and I thought, oh, how clever am I? Look, 'cause she's famous for singing 9 to 5 with the words working 9 to 5. I changed it to researching 9 to 5. Surely there's no better song of hers that one could turn into a parody to really sell the thing. Here's a video of what actual Dolly Parton did.
I even changed one of my songs to fit the occasion. It goes, vaccine, 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 vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't.
How did she just did it better than me straight off the bat.
She's Dolly fucking Parton, mate.
I mean, I feel so stupid now. Like, working 9 to 5, researching 9 to 5, it's such a stretched pun, it doesn't really fit. The clarity and precision of vaccine and Jolene. Oh my God. I mean, I feel even stupider because, to be fair, before I recorded 9 to 5, I spent half a day trying to get Pfizer's in the stream working. Pfizer's in the stream. She didn't even invest in Pfizer. So I'm a fool. In my defense, she knows her back catalogue better than I do. She can actually sing where I can't. And she doesn't have a sweaty beard. So that makes it so much nicer to look at than the thing that I did. However, Dolly, if you're listening, and I know you're a big fan of the show, here's the thing. You've got the Moderna vaccine. You're going to have a second jab. That's a 2-dose vaccine. What are you going to sing when you go in for the next one? You can't do the same joke again. You can't do Jolene vaccine. I mean, I just think maybe there's a suggestion you could take from little old Steve, that if you think about one of your songs that you should sing to the doctor when you're getting your second jab, maybe it should be this one. Wait for it. Topping up my dose of the vaccination. It's better than a cure, just like it was before. You swab my arm with booze, that's for disinfection. But here you come again, just when I'm about to need a vaccine top-up. You look into my eyes, and to my sweet surprise, I didn't feel a thing, and you say, pull your top up. I don't know why more people on the internet aren't doing songs like that, where they put their face in Dolly Parton's face hole.
Don't say face hole for Dolly Parton.
I made the hole where her face goes. That's...
You don't call it a face hole. It's Dolly Parton. She's like a saint.
Saint Dolly Parton's face hole. Oh, that's my new Wi-Fi password.
It's your new chocolate pocket. That's what that is.
No one's cracking Saint Dolly Parton's face hole. So, I mean, I don't know if I answered a question there, but to be fair, I spent all day recording that. So.
Yeah, well done. Well done. I mean, $1 million. That's because it's hard to fathom how much money that is. That's about the same as 3 Priti Patel civil servants.
Getting bullied by her 3 times would be worth that.
It'd be worth that.
Mark says Eric is wishing for the internet failure, that if it would be longer.
When I'm doing a shitty joke at the beginning.
Internet cuts
Where are the
off.
fireworks in the neighborhood now? Anyway.
Oh, dear.
Jesus. Let's see how people in the comments are doing better than this.
Jack describes it as an unsettling Bee Gees Dolly combination. Yeah, I'll take that.
A little bit of that. It was less creepy than 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 was bad.
Really? I thought that was creepier because it was deliberately meant to be, because all 3 of them were Dolly. I didn't make that album cover. They did.
No. I think, well, I don't know. We can ask people watching if you thought 9 to 5 or... Yeah.
Martin S. says Eric looks scarred for life with that 9 to 5. Well,
yep. I think it's going to be stuck in my head now, or in my face hole.
And Bayerberg says, you again, it must be Monday already. Yes, it is.
Bayerberg's doing well. Made it here on time. Let's see, Charlotte says, evening. Someone was asking how we're going to solve our internet problems.
Brit says, I'm speechless. Chocolate Pocket, Dolly Parton's face hole. What will the next gem be? You never know with this show. It's just quality broadcast after quality broadcast.
Yeah. As long as they let us broadcast, because as you just saw earlier, they tried to shut us down. Yeah. That's what we need, Steve. We need that kind of controversy. That's what has things on the internet explode. They tried to silence us.
And I don't blame them. I've just heard the 2 songs I've done. Mark says, pass the mind bleach off the 9 to 5 / Here I Come Again mashup. If you're not careful, I actually will do Pfizer's in the stream, because I got nothing to do tomorrow morning.
Coming next week on Comic Solving Problems.
Let's go over to comment cam. Make sure we're up to date on this.
Anything? Yeah, I think we've said the comments that I can see on my side of the fence.
See what else we've got going on in got just a couple of highs.
Britt has donated on Ko-fi. Thank you very much. Britt's gotten to I'm feeling generous levels.
Wow! Oh, thank you very much, Britt.
That is very kind, guys.
I feel bad for making you sit through those songs now. Take a bit of that. Go on.
So I'm just saying, guys, the stakes are being raised.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit that new target of 300. That's our new goal, Steve. We need a new goal on Ko-fi. Our goal is going to be enough money to bully a civil servant.
That's the dream. Bayerberg says, don't make me do rude jokes about holes and Dolly Parton. I'll get cancelled. Exactly. That's the fear I have every single time we do one of these shows.
Yep. Can only hope.
Yeah.
Love to be cancelled.
So if you're enjoying the show, you could be. It would help out massively if you wanted to chuck a donation into our Ko-fi pot. Keep this project and all of its musical abilities afloat. Meanwhile, Mr. Eric McElroy, what you got for us?
I'll also pay for him not to do another song. I love it. You know I do.
You know what? It really doesn't matter. I kind of do them just for my own sanity or insanity, whichever one it is.
No insanity. Yeah. Can you see the moon from where you are? Anyway. Here's a problem, Steve. Mm-hmm. This is a big one. Knowing who the president is. Who is the president? Because this is an ongoing question, which will be resolved today, the 4th of March, 2021. This, Steve, is our new Independence Day, which we can see here.
A peaceful transition is coming. Trump will not be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States on January 20th. Trump will take office as the 19th President of the United States on March 4th.
That's right. She recorded this before the 20th, and she was right. Trump was not sworn in on the 20th, which was true.
Yep.
So if she was true about that, ergo, she must be true about him becoming president today. One truth equals two truth. Steve, that's
Is it?
science.
It looks
You know
like
that.
she's got a worse internet connection than we have, so I wouldn't trust her for much. But carry on.
I know. All right. So what exactly is she talking about? Well, it's this story here. QAnon believers are obsessed with 4th of March. Now, if you don't know about QAnon, they are a fact-based organization. They're the people that brought us such things as Hillary Clinton. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not hearing you. Okay. Hillary Clinton eats babies. That's apparently part of one of their fact-based stories. I'm just going to fix my mic. I think I know what it is. They believe that to this day about Hillary Clinton and the babies. They believe about today being the day where Trump is finally sworn in as president. So let's get some more information about why this is the case.
Let me explain.
Isn't that a nice voice?
No.
I mean, I don't even care what she's going to say. And she's just like, let me explain. I mean, it's not quite ASMR, but I mean, she's like a librarian, like the nice lady that takes your doggy and explains why he has to go up into the farm and you may not get to see him again, or tells you that, you know, your real daddy is somebody different who loves you but just won't see you anymore. I want to hear more from this lady. So she can explain it. Go ahead. Go on.
You believe you live in a nation called United States of America. This nation hasn't existed since 1871, when this country ceased to be a nation and became a corporation belonging to the City of London.
There you go, Steve. Now you know why I came to London. I came here to continue to operate my home country along with the powers that be. Came here 20 years ago. There was an opening in the running of the Corporation of America. I took that part of the cabal. I've been doing it ever since. I admit it. And I know you're thinking, where's your proof, Eric? How can you say this? Well, it's right here.
Every time you see an American flag with a gold fringe and gold tilt attached to it, it represents the corporation, not the country.
That's right, Steve. Because if you're a real American, you know that you don't like anything fringy on your flag. Fringy flags. It's very hard not to say a bad word when you say that. Fringy flag is not the kind of... I don't have fringes, all right? I'm an American, not a corporation. I'm going to stand against that. Now, what's the Corporation of America been doing all these years?
This is the reason you can never make progress financially. This is why the law always seems to be against the average citizen, while the rich and the elite literally get away with murder and worse things.
Worse
yeah.
than murder.
Murder and worse things, Steve. That's right. This is why you're not able to get ahead. It's not just because you're an idiot who lives in his mom's basement. Oh, no. The corporation is the reason why you can't get ahead. The corporation is the reason they're the people that get away with the murder. They're the other things. What are the other things? What are the worst things they've ever done? Right here. Oh, it's worse than Dolly Parton's face hole. Jesus, it's the tan suit again. Get that off the screen. I've got nice people that watch this show, for fuck's sake. Sorry, pull myself together. I'm a professional. So, what exactly is happening today on the 4th of March? She explains.
Trump then assumes the presidency as the 19th president of the United States. The last president elected before America became a corporation was Ulysses S. Grant. Republic restored.
There we go. Update complete. Republic restored. Fascists in place. So that's happening. And it's happening right now, today. And here's how they're getting ready for it in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so John, you'd have to think that for someone to think that they could come and just break through here at the Capitol, attack the Capitol, you'd have to be pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah? You'd have to be pretty crazy to attack the Capitol today after they've reinforced it after the last insurrection. Now, who would be that crazy?
Let me explain.
He's got a very good idea. Now, obviously, this has all been going on. It's been happening in public. People have been talking about the 4th of March for a while. We know that Trump reemerged this last weekend. He spoke at the CPAC conference.
He saw his shadow.
He saw his shadow. So the thing is, how is Trump and his organization preparing for today when all of his people are coming to Washington, D.C.? You can see here. They've taken his hotel and they've jacked up the rates. They're charging $8,000 a night. I don't even know how many civil servants that is. That's a lot.
And that's
like
not
toe of a civil servant.
That's not the Corporation of America. So,
No.
get rid of the corporation
No.
and look what they do. They jack up the prices.
That's right. So Trump sees him coming and the grift is on. That needs to be the next song. The grift is on. That's not Dolly Parton.
The way that she talks is more like that kind of, let me explain. I even felt the urge of the panic rush through my body like she was going to break my ankles with a sledgehammer. She's got that kind of vibe to her.
Very much sort of the Misery, Kathy Bates kind of thing going on.
And also,
You're gonna be fine
the rest of it was believable when you were saying that you came to London to help rule all of this idea of it secretly being controlled by London and the actual republic is still all of that checks out, other than the fact that you got the job.
Oh, I used to have skills and qualifications. It was a proper job that brought me here in the first place. I mean, those are all gone.
Yeah.
Those are all gone now.
All gone.
You've never had a proper job. Don't even talk to me.
I worked in a laboratory.
When's the last time you put together a proper CV?
No, never did one.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I did mine last in 2000.
I think I'll do mine again soon.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got one day left of work on radio.
Are they hiring at Boots? Anyway.
Good idea.
So there you go for the special day. It's Freedom Day. Happy Freedom Day, Steve.
Happy Freedom. Brit says UK own USA. Boom. Mic drop. I'm not convinced this is true, but I like that. Yeah. Back in charge. I knew they'd come back eventually.
Let's see. Where are we at here in the comments? It's like a scary version of Jack and Nori.
Yeah.
Says Mark.
Let me explain.
I'm vaguely familiar with that. What is...
Victoria says, no, an insult to librarians by mentioning them in the same breath as QAnon. Whisper it. No, actually, don't whisper it. That'll just mean it's even more like the kind of thing librarians want.
So... but Mark says, but didn't Trump enjoy gold fringes?
Sprinkles. Yeah. Bayerberg, Twitter was kind of boring without the Donald. Oval Office returned to previously scheduled bombings. They don't even think about high-fiving that little twerp from Korea. We need him back. Well, I mean, controversial.
Yeah, we don't talk about the guy from North Korea.
Yeah.
So got us cut off the last time. He's also said that she has the voice of a library lady running through heavy rain in a white blouse. That's more of someone else's fantasy than I'd rather get into.
It's quite the erotic show today.
Definitely. Chocolate pocket.
Sent Dolly Parton's face hole and all the good catchphrases. I think we might be up to... Well, Mark says, Eric, if you have been here for 20 years to help run the USA, why aren't you on the BBC rather than Channel 5?
I've been on both, thank you very much, and Sky News. So, yeah, Live at the Apollo can kiss my... I mean, I would love to be on Live at the Apollo.
Absolutely available.
Thank you. CJ, also, a little Kofi action going on, and I think from Jack as well. So thank you very much. So, yeah, there we go.
Chris says, take it from me, Steve. Music is a cruel mistress, much like Priti Patel in PVC. The mental images on today's show is disgraceful.
It's a Thursday night.
Yeah,
what can we say?
Thursday night. So, is it back to me for a look at some news?
It is. Give us a problem.
So, I wanted to solve the problem with the budget. Oh God! Let's talk about the budget. Front page or something or other. There we go. From the Daily Telegraph. 5-year tax grab. It's time to talk about the in-depth analysis of corporate tax versus the boundaries of income tax and how much that would actually yield if you consider inflation to be approximately 3% over the... I can't do it. I don't know enough to do to do broadsheet analysis of budgets. I mean, I can just about keep up with the tabloids. The Sun went with only way is sup. Get ready to have a point. I'm in a point. We have a point. Oh, we. I remember when budgets... Do you remember this? When budgets used to be basically that. Just listen, a pint's going to cost more. How much is going on a pint? And that's the only question you had. The budget comes out, you open the newspaper, how much it cost me more to go to the pub? These days, when they told us what was happening to whiskey and beer, a lot of our response was to be, pub. God, I remember pubs. It was like a big building, like a fairground, but you got dizzy, but there weren't rides. What was... I think it was a place that sold alcohol and condoms. That doesn't make any sense. You don't need both. No, I can't remember what pubs are. And yet now, that was the latest. So the only thing I can talk about when it comes to the budget is one thing that I think will actually impact us all, even though no one really cares, and that is that contactless payments have now increased. The limit has increased. And just for old time's sake, the joke that I used to do on stage, where I used to say, I've recently made my first contactless payment. Crowd goes, "Hey." And you go, yeah, didn't really want to see that kid anyway, so never mind. That's, if you've never seen me live, they're the kind of hideous puns and just truly offensive things that I like to say on stage to groups of people. When they say that the limit of contactless payment has increased, they mean the amount of money, not the distance. Because that would have been a good one. From over here. Beep. Nice. Actually, there's a genuine discussion point. It's gone up to 100 quid. What do you think of that, Eric?
I guess it makes it easier because then you don't have to touch anything to have to type in your details. I mean, I can't afford to spend £100 on anything, so
that's the worry. So you could accidentally. The scary thing is, people might come up to you and apparently they can use a scanner and beep, and they might read you. And in the old days,
if they come up to you like that, I mean, they're going to be. I'd be more worried about something else.
They deserve 100 quid. They're dressed like... Anyway, no. Let's stop that theme. But, so I'm worried about the security side of it, but it does mean, hopefully, just the end of chip and pin, because I have hated chip and pin. It was the worst of both worlds. It was the horrible time that people will look back on and be like, dirty. In the old days, you had to sign something, and then it was the shop's responsibility to see if your signature matched the one on the card, and if it didn't, then they needed to catch that out. If they accepted a false signature, well, the whole problem's yours. Whereas with chip and pin, it made the responsibility ours. If someone knew your pin number, that's it. It's not fraud then. You're going to lose the money. And I hated chip and pin because I don't deal well with pressure. Because they'll go like, can you put your pin number in? I'm like, oh, God. Because normally, I like to think I'm a relatively astute guy. I've got a few faculties. But in that moment, when the pressure's on, my brain's going, you're going to get this wrong. You're going to screw it up. And it's doing that annoying thing of just counting other numbers in the background. Just 5, 9, 52. I don't know what to do. And then typing in. And there's the pressure to try and make sure that no one can see you. That's the worry. Because I'm fortunately 6'2", so no one's going to see over me. But it's always the sneaky angle. Are they going to spot what you're typing in? And that's why I've gained around 2 stone over the last year. Obviously, most people think it's just comfort eating because of what I've been through. But no, it's to make myself harder to see round. Yeah, they're trying to spot my pin number. I'm blocking them with a little bit of side move. So I do that. But so the pressure's on. People try and look from different angles. I'm trying to remember, oh my God, this is numbers. I can't even remember numbers anymore. And then eventually you get it right. Oh, and the little thing says, pin OK. Fuck you, OK. I got 100%. If I'd have got 3 of the numbers right and 1 of them wrong, that's 75%, which is still an A at GCSE. So you can jog on with your OK. So this is why I never liked chip and pin. It's the worst of all of it. Now you can do the contactless. And so it's the worry about whether people are going to manage to defraud you. I actually like using the phone version of it because it's not activated unless you've got your fingerprint on it. And we already could pay more than 45 quid. And there's a future of not even having to do that. If you want a world where you don't have to worry about any of this, check this out. Amazon have opened up a store that apparently you just lift stuff off the shelf. There are no tills, there's no scanning, and you walk out without paying. And you think, Amazon, you think you've invented something new? I think you find we've always had that. Woolworths pick and mix. So, what do you mean you're meant to pay for it? What? They never stopped? Well, no wonder they went bust. So that's my retail update. That's all I knew about the budget.
Nice. I think the secret is with your PIN number, when you're typing it in, just say it out loud.
All right. Yeah.
That's that.
What you could do to stop people knowing, you could say out different numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Neither of us are smart enough to do that.
Could you imagine trying to split your brain in half?
That'd be like the old pat and rub.
Although you could do it if you just said the same number. If you just went 9999, then some idiot would think you did it right. Okay, now I've got a new bit.
How did you guess my pin?
I thought it was 6666. Oh, I was looking over the counter. Okay.
6969.
Every time.
Every time. We're not going to get anything out of this budget, are we? Self-employment grant pushed back to April. Woo!
Is it? I didn't hear that one. Oh, God. You push back to April. Oh, we're in March. Yeah, that's painful. In that case,
2022.
Please could you donate, because one of us made a big miscalculation about how much he could afford to spend, and now he's in some trouble. So kofi.com/comic solving problems, please.
Some of you guys have been furloughed this whole fucking time. What is in the comments, Steve?
You see, on Trovo, which is one of the places we stream to that we didn't really mention, it's we've got someone watching whose username is I suck, written like an Apple product. Brilliant. And the comment is just 69. Huh. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the level of humour we've reached. It's not our fault. We started off with Pretty Patel jokes, went downhill from there.
At least for Trovo.
69.
Let's see. Mark says, I remember when my two pins as isosceles and egg.
I remember my two pins as isosceles.
Egg.
I remember my two pins as isosceles.
Was it? I mean, an isosceles triangle.
Yeah, so it's a triangle where two of the sides are the same length.
Yeah. And the egg is an oval.
Looking at, so 183. Maybe do 183.
You've stumped us, Mark.
It's an isosceles triangle, and then an egg. I don't know. I do. I mean, I suppose you can't answer it now because you'd be telling us your pin number. Tricky.
Yeah. There we go. I don't know.
These Google
We're going to come back to this as next week's problem.
Chris says, "Is this a quiz?" If it is true.
Yeah, true. It's true.
Yeah.
There we go. Brilliant. Any more on that side? I don't think I can see any more.
Yeah, Britt says, budget is much easier to process. How much is X going up? Right, I can't afford that. How about Y? Yep, still can't. And in 10 years' time, ooh, do you remember how cheap Z was? Those were the days. That's all we do. Let's go on to comment cam over here.
Checking comment cam.
Mark Randall says, considering basically no one asked for the increase, why bother? Great news for pickpocketers. That's the thing. Side point, why aren't you allowed to set your own limit? So if you know that you're broke, you could give yourself a 10 quid BP limit, or you could also set your kids' limit. Because I'm coming up with actual ideas, but no one likes that. Let's get back to
Let's get back to Marcus said, worse than a 69 is a 99. 2 chocolate fingers.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
At least he didn't say chocolate pocket.
Yeah. Look, I mean, thank you, I suck, for commenting more and saying lol, but I think it's your fault. For some reason, you managed to join in and you've made Mark talk about doing bowling ball strategies on people. Martin S says chocolate oranges are only £1 in Sainsbury's. What has this turned into? I used to do a comedy show, I'm sure of it. Oh, dear.
You can never go wrong with finding chocolate oranges, though. I mean, those are hot tips. That's what's going to be our internet sensation. We can tell you where to get the best chocolate oranges for £1.
I've been covering the drive time show on a radio station. There is a guy who calls up every so often and just tells me the deals in his local shop. He'll call up, go like, 3 for £1 on Twixes. Brilliant. Who calls a radio station to say that? But this is clearly what I attract.
Where's that shop?
It's in Upney in Essex. Isuck says, you mentioned 69, not me. Do you know, actually, fair play.
Fair enough.
You're right.
Yeah. All right, we apologize.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about give and take, isn't it?
Especially in the 69.
On to the next one. Have you got one more left to do?
Yep, I got one more to do. So, and if you're enjoying what you're doing, you can be generous like David and Britt and others, Jack as well, and you can chuck in your own little chocolate pocket. So, problem, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Balancing our health with our freedom. That's a tricky one, isn't it? What's more important? The health, freedom. Now, this came from a talk by Representative Carrie Hanks in, I believe, Idaho. And she's had an interesting debate. She's got a very balanced view. Here's what she started to say.
We live in a republic, and we the people should have a voice and a choice about our own health.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah.
A voice and a choice about our health. That's not too strange. I mean, when I saw this story originally, I thought she was going to sound crazy, but that's pretty reasonable. All right, carry on.
And I have done some research and would like to share it with you.
Okay, research is good, Steve. You like a little bit of research, with your science, as it were. Something that research is good. Yes, if you research something, you're giving it the factual basis it needs to be true.
Yeah. Even I suck on Trovo saying, okay, research is good.
Yep, there we go. Got I suck on board. So what kind of things is she looking into?
On the physical and emotional and even the mental injury to our bodies and possibly even our souls.
Whoa. Something that could affect our bodies and our souls? I mean, that's intense. This could be something that is a real awful risk to public physical and mental health. What could this dire threat be?
As healthy individuals are required to wear face masks.
There we go. Of course. The face mask stops the soul. It's in the Bible. The Trinity, the Father, the Son, and not even the Holy Ghost, because he can't get through the face covering.
Yeah.
Stopped by the mask. So, the journalist who presented this story did look into her research, and he discussed it here.
She claimed people forget all the other safety precautions when wearing a mask. Distancing, washing hands.
That's the thing. That's why it's dangerous, right? It's you. As soon as you put on the mask, you don't know where else things are going. You start touching things. You start, putting stuff towards your face. You're not, basically. I mean, so a lot of masks maybe aren't helpful. So I thought, all right, let's have a look at the mask that she was wearing that caused this problem. Okay.
That helps with distancing.
It helps with the distancing, but I would be worried about hygiene if I had that on.
Okay.
You definitely want the zip closed. And I'm guessing souls are not going there.
Yes.
Just a guess. But in spite of all of our hard-hitting research, the journalist, typical lefty journalist, he wasn't buying it, as we can see.
As for the damage to our souls, not even sure how to measure that.
Well, clearly you measure souls in pounds. That's how you measure what happens to your souls, right? Not in kilograms. You don't measure souls in kilograms. This is weight pound, because it's just kind of like just like measuring a penis. You always measure penises in centimeters instead of inches, because you're going like, oh, what do you got there? 6 inches? I got 15.24 centimeters. Mm-hmm.
I actually weigh mine in pounds, but it's up to you, isn't it?
Is that 340,000 pounds?
Boom. You just don't use my kitchen scales. That's all I'm saying.
But there's even more to what's happening in Idaho, as we can see here.
But that's not even the most head-scratching thing said at the State House today.
So the lady who was upset about the masks keeping out the souls wasn't even the craziest thing said at the Idaho State House. What else was being said?
Any bill that makes it easier or more convenient for mothers to come out of the home and let somebody else raise their child, I just don't think that's a good direction for us to be going.
Now, this needs a little bit of explanation. What this representative was talking about was a bill that would cover early health care or early child care for children, so that parents who needed to could get out and work and support their families, and the child would be cared for. So it's early care, before sort of the equivalent of reception year, before kindergarten in the United States. Now, so basically he wants to keep women at home where they belong. And that would, is saying that, maybe there's better value in having people care for their own children and supporting them in that. I mean, I think that would have more impact and effect if it didn't come from someone who sounds like he still lives with his mama. He looks like, she let me come out today and I need to stay home with mommy. But that's basically what the guy wants to do. Is he wants to prevent women from being able to take control of their own lives by putting their children in childcare so they can get jobs and better themselves. And that's what he thinks would be best. I did like what the reporter said at the end of the report.
Happy Women's History Month.
Here's a guy who just doesn't give any shits anymore. He's like, fuck it. Masks to keep out souls. This guy wants to keep women locked up at home. What the fuck am I doing in Idaho?
Wow. Good times. They're your people.
Those are they're from the neighboring state, actually.
Can you just look at the... I do think that maybe we've misunderstood what that woman meant. If we just go back to that one of the clips.
On the physical and emotional and even the mental injury to our bodies and possibly even our souls.
Possibly even our souls.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries to our souls. I think she's using that mask wrong. If you hook it around your ears and think it's got to go around your arsehole, no wonder it's causing you damage. Ooh.
Depends if it's one of those 15-centimeter ones.
Yeah, but if it's in inches, you don't stand a chance.
It's fine. Definitely not then. Bless. Those are my people.
Yeah, they're your people. Chris Curling says there's only 4 fingers in a Kit Kat. That might be on either the Twix conversation or the bowling ball maneuver thing.
Could be a number of different directions that was going in.
Right, I'm on comment cam.
Gentlemen, is there any way we can see that content? I don't know what he was referring to there. This is from iSuck. I don't know which content.
No,
which content you want to see?
Is it the Priti Patel video that I don't think is real? I think we just made up. But for research, of course. Okay. Where's Victoria's comments? Because I've just seen some... where's Victoria? Hang on. Because Brit just says... Oh, no, sorry. Victoria says Brit top punnage. Where's Brit's pun?
Here we go.
Victoria, everyone knows that your soul escapes via your tear ducts. Surely face mask... Victoria saying, surely face mask would be good for the soul to stop it escaping when you sneeze. That's why they say bless you. No, it's not.
Definitely not. Is it maybe the misuse of chocolate pocket is definitely a risk to our physical, mental, and spiritual health? I'm sure.
Could be. And then Britt says you use a spirit level to measure the impact of spiritual health. Obviously, that's the top punnage. That's true. That's good. Spirit level. Nice. Even Isaac had worked out about the measurements. His first day in the comments, and Isaac's doing better than we are. Idaho is definitely not real. I'm with you on that one. There is no way it's an actual state called Idaho.
Yeah, there is. You can get married at 13 there. Just saying.
Why? Why?
That's true. With somebody with teenage children.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's the way Mama did it and my sister, and they're the same. Never mind.
It's the way Jerry Lee Lewis did it.
That's true. There you go. If it's good enough for Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, also famous for his great balls of fire, so I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, dear. While we're at it, thank you to Tracy for doing a Ko-fi.
Nice.
Well.
It should be on the screen. I'll come back off comment cam.
Yeah, thank you very much for that and for all the other donations. And going back to David and Britt, our superstars.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Any other... Are we caught up on comments? We're nearly at the end, aren't we?
The way Mark says the way he was holding the microphone, the representative looked like he was auditioning for blankety blank. I think it's clip 8.
But that's not even the most. As for the damage to our
any
there
bill
there he is.
that makes it easier.
Like he's doing a Freddie Mercury impersonation. But you're right, it's the Terry Wogan era of blankety blank.
And let somebody else.
It's also Price is Right type microphone, I think, if I remember correctly, from America.
From America, but over here it'd be the old. Hang on, let's play the clip again. I was just about to do my Terry Wogan impression. The old Terry Wogan. Blankety blank. It's all political voting, you know. BBC Radio 2.
Nice. He sounds absolutely fucking terrified, though, doesn't he? It's like, my wife is going to find out I voted for this, and she's going to kill me.
Are we nicely up to date?
I think we are nicely up to date. We're going to be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, Steve, what could someone do as a gift they could buy themselves over the weekend?
What's that?
Would that be your book, Steve? Is that your book? Is available? Where is it available?
On Amazon and all good Amazon-related Amazon websites. Like
is
Amazon.
It going to be in the new Amazon store?
Oh my days! Can I order it and it'll be there?
Well, you can just go in and leave some there, and then if anybody takes them, you'll get paid.
So my plan was Hackney train station, Hackney Downs, not Hackney Central. They have a trolley where people leave books that they've read, and because there's this one which you can buy, and there's the past 2 years worth. And my plan was, before I'd even written this one with the other two, was I was going to leave it there because I got some whatever they're called, these copies, which are sent cheaper to me because I wrote the darn thing, and I was about to do it. And they called a lockdown. So I'm kind of thinking the reason that we've had to have a year's worth of lockdown is because someone in power doesn't want you reading the truth. These words are the truth of what happens from my opinion. If you'd like a year's worth of me writing, it's my newspaper columns, basically re-edited to be a little bit better and hopefully funny.
A little bit better, not that much better. Nice. Cool. And over the weekend as well, you can listen to my podcast, American Exchange. I've got a new guest dropping in tomorrow, David Weissman, who's a Twitter. He was a mega supporter, and he is now a liberal Democrat. And so you hear his journey. Because he's American, we took a journey.
Oh, yeah, you do that. Well, you have to. Things are a bit further away, aren't we?
Exactly.
Mark says, method. Oh, the old Terry Wogan. Oh, the old. Well, they're all the way down to there. Britt says, get a bum candle. I never got around to actually making bum candles.
Martin says that he's up to mid-June and things are improving on that book of Steve's.
Yeah, if you read it, things get a lot better in June, and I start saying, we're through it, we're sorted, and spoiler alert.
It's a dark ending. And Britt says, will your editor make you take the phrase chocolate pocket out of your next book?
I mean, they should. They definitely should. And if I end up ever using the phrase St. Dolly Parton's face hole ever again, other than in my Wi-Fi, that shouldn't be in the book either, but it might be.
I like that Britt thinks that you actually can afford an editor.
Yeah, it's me. This is self-published. Nothing that I've ever done. No one's ever asked me for any of this. People have actively rejected everything I've ever done, and yet thanks to the internet, they can't successfully stop me anymore. So,
Bear Burger said, see you Monday, which is a reference to the fact on Tuesday he admitted he can't figure out when the show is on. Yeah. But don't come on Monday unless you want to watch some of the back catalog of shows. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday.
A clockwork.
It's been that way for a year.
Yeah, every day. Every day is like Monday. So in that case, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So there we go. Do subscribe to the channel, YouTube there, and do the bell thing. So I don't know if that's worth doing, but you can do it anyway. And even if you can't give us any money, if you've enjoyed the show, go back to the old clips, share them with your friends, tell people about the show. We appreciate that. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. Of course, you can chuck money in, but subscribe to the channel no matter what, and just keep joining us.
Yeah, and shout out to iSuck, who's still watching this on Trovo, which is a platform that we never actually tested if it worked. So this is flipping amazing. Thank God you're there.
I'm going to look it up. What's it? Trovo?
I don't know.
Trovo.
It's one of those things that got invented when Mixer shut down, so I signed up for it because why not? If I'm willing to sign up for the is it FC4, the one that is basically is it Japanese porn and us? They're the only people on there.
Hey, I wonder if there's a Priti Patel page on
They
that
loved what we did about Priti Patel at the start. Must do.
There's a lot of gaming on here. I'm looking. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I've got my homework for tonight. Check out the
brilliant. Thank you for watching. Yeah, everything Eric said, I totally concur. I'm Stephen Allen, and I approve that message. Brill. See you next time.
See you then. Bye.